I know you guys know that I'm really good friends with PrettyPatterns or PrettyPatterns / Diego. I think he had like a performance going on or something. I was like, what the fuck? You have a performance in Japan? You're not even signed to a company. Like, how did you get a performance down in Japan? I don't know. He just has so many connections. But like, you know, I met some of like Diego's friends. I was just like, hello, I'm just a fan. I was sweating the whole time because I was trying not to sound as nasally as I do on stream. I was like, oh my god. Yo, guys, I'm like all in my head. Like, I'm low-key so narcissistic. I was like, oh my god, I'm famous. Like, people are gonna find me out. Nobody cared. Nobody fucking gives a shit about me. I just sat there in the corner of the room waiting for him to finish talking to people. People who walked in through the door, they're just like, yeah, I'm here to see PrettyPatterns. I was like, oh, he's sitting over there. I was like, what the fuck? Hello, okay. Alright, guys. I mean, like... okay, it's better this way. It's better this way. And they were just like, oh my god, Diego, I'm like a big fan of you. Like, you know, I love like this song and that song, and I love like Birth of Time. And I was like, oh my god, I need to hide my face. And like, didn't give like 2 shits about me. Just to walk by, I was like, yeah, thank you so much. Just came here to say hello, and I actually have to go somewhere. It didn't even like look at me in the eye, and I was like, well, you know what? Like, just saying, I funded Birth of Time, so I funded it. So yeah. It was so funny. I told my dad, I was like, I went to this event and I thought I had to be really careful, and I like was wearing a mask, I was wearing everything, like I was protecting myself, and nobody gave me 2 shits, so I was just suffocated in all this fabric around me for no reason. I could have just went there naked and nobody would give 2 shits about me. And my dad was just like, yeah, you think you're famous, but you're actually not that famous. I was like, okay. You didn't have to say it out loud. It's like, yeah, get out of your head. My dad really was just like, get out of your head, you're not famous. And I was like, okay. It was so funny. Like, Diego is so much more popular than I thought. I think he's more popular than me. I thought I was popular. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'm not in the right demographic. I think I have to be around like older people, because they all look so young. But actually, I feel like they're just like social. So I always view social people as very youthful because they have like the energy to talk to people. I'm just in a corner eating. And this motherfucker just like goes around talking to every single person in the room. I'm just sitting there like, are you done? Can we go? Like, I'm hungry. Why am I here? I'm here to support you. It looks like you don't need it, so maybe I can just go home. Can I please go home? But you know, occasionally he'll come back to me and be like, how you doing? I'll be like, can I go home? Or you sound like me at any social event. I just thought it was so funny. I just thought it was so funny how in my head I was, and I am severely humbled. And I'm very glad to be humbled. I always take the opportunity to be humbled. I do not want to have a big head. Good thing that every time my head starts to inflate, like there are people around me that will gladly pop it very brutally. And I think it's really funny.